All right, y'all, welcome to the New York Auto Show, and we are here at the Ford stand looking at this special looking beast behind me. This is the Ford Mustang GTD. This car is rocking a 5.2 liter V8 engine pumping out 800 horsepower. 800 horsepower, y'all. So this is street legal, but track tuned. Let's take a closer look at the Mustang GTD. It is so great to see this car in person. This car has a base price of $300,000. That's a lot of cash. And this is a limited run product. So we're gonna dive into all the features to see if it's worth that kind of cash. It looks like it's really, really meant for the track, honestly. And it is, but you can drive it on the street. It looks super mean. What an aggressive take on a Mustang. I like it. This is a 5.2 liter V8 engine with an 8-speed dual clutch transmission, and they are targeting more than 800 horsepower out of this supercharged 5.2 liter V8 engine. Wow, this thing looks like it's gonna be a beast, a beast. Look at those huge, huge brakes and brake calipers on there, riding on Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2 tires. The fronts are 325 section width tires, 325. I mean, that's massive. Many cars don't even have 325s on the rear, but this Mustang GTD has it on the fronts. And then the rears, the rears are 345 section tires, and all of these tires are mounted on 20-inch forged magnesium wheels. Look at all that aerodynamic and, pressure release over the fenders, and all of the, aero bits to create incredible amount of downforce on the front of the car. And of course, I love the mean eye line and the mean slits in the front. Wow, this thing is super incredible. So all of this makes this car very wide, much wider than a standard Mustang. And look at this crazy wing in the back. It's like huge. What's going on with big wings nowadays? The GT3 RS. And now the GTD with this ginormous, huge wing, kind of has that swan neck look like the GT3 RS does. But look at all the exaggerated body panels. Look at the swollen arches that aren't tacked on, but they are molded into the width of the body. That looks amazing. And these rear diffuser down here with these twin exhaust pipes, huge. The exhaust is by Akrapovic, which is pretty amazing too. Check that out. And you see the fans in the back here. I don't know if you can see through the grille. There are fans in the back. And you have some scoops on the rear trunk lid area here. Where there was once a trunk, there is now the semi-active suspension, a hydraulic control system, and a transaxle cooling system that uses a race-inspired cover that replaces the trunk lid, that includes 2 air scoops to funnel air off the back glass into the area and through the heat exchangers. Placing a transaxle at the rear of the car helps move weight towards the rear of the car to balance against the engine weight, and helps the car achieve a 50-50 weight balance, which is ideal for handling. Ford has taken learnings from the recently introduced Mustang GT3 race car and applied that learning to the GTD street car, starting with this wide body, which is 4 inches wider than a standard Mustang, and most of the body panels are made out of carbon fiber, which reduces weight, lower center of gravity, and improve responsiveness. There is tremendous amount of aerodynamic work that Ford claims is all functional to maximize speed and downforce for traction. There is some aerodynamic technology that is not sanctioned for racing. That, for example, the hydraulically controlled front flaps that manage airflow in balance with their active rear wing are not sanctioned for racing. So in theory, this street legal GTD could be faster than its GT3 class race car cousin, because it can benefit from the additional tech that the race car just doesn't have. So for maximum grip in sharp turns, the rear wing and front flaps under the car both close, while underfloor strakes channel air from under the vehicle to the side of the car and through large fender louvers in the wheel well, all to increase downforce to glue this car to the road. But if you want all out speed, the drag reduction system opens up the rear wing to allow more airflow and reduce the drag. It also opens flaps in the front of the car to reduce the amount of air passing under the car, thus balancing the front and the rear, because both the front and the rear have now reduced downforce, which allows the car to just slip quicker through the air for maximum speed. All this aero technology is to create fast lap times to take on some of the fastest production cars in the world, such as the Porsche 911 GT3 RS. Funny how Porsche always becomes the benchmark for all of these other manufacturers, isn't that right? Considering all this technology and engineering, I have to say that Ford and a company called Multimatic developed this Mustang GTD, but Multimatic was also involved with the Mustang GT3 race car, the Mustang GT4 race car, the Le Mans winning Ford GT race car. So this Mustang GTD represents a culmination of decades of racing engineering between Ford and Multimatic. And you could tell a company is proud of their engineering work when they pull out the particular pieces of engineering and almost display them like works of art. So this has a race-inspired suspension. Here's the front suspension. Oh, and check out the size of these brakes. I'm gonna put my phone down. Look how big they are. They're huge. They are massive Brembo brakes. I'm gonna flip around on this side. Look at that suspension work. Wow. Multi-link front suspension with nearly 4 inches wider track than the standard Mustang GT provides enhanced lateral stiffness and improved kinematics, especially in high G-load cornering. This has real race technology. There's an adaptive spool valve damper technology with dual rate and suspension settings to allow for a 40mm lower ride height in track mode. That must be incredible. 20-inch brake package with carbon ceramic rotors for unsprung mass weight reduction and fully capable on the track. But now 20-inch rotors, and I'll use my hand for reference. I mean, 20-inch rotor, 20-inch, I mean, some wheels are 20 inches, but that is just pretty amazing to see how large this is. Rear-mounted 8-speed dual clutch transaxle with high torque capacity to deal with all of that power and improve balance and handling. Completely integrated electronic slip differential enhances trap grip, and a drive shaft made from carbon fiber for stiffness. Check that out. Look at that carbon fiber drive shaft. That is pretty incredible. The rear suspension, I mean, look at the rears. Rear brakes are just as huge. That's crazy. But oh, check this out. It is like a race car. Look at how this rear suspension is set up inboard, just like a race car would be. And all linkage, control arm linkage to push these two shocks in place. That is pretty wild. Integral link push rod and rocker arm architecture where the inboard shock absorbers and coil over springs are arranged in a horizontal cross pattern. This unique design creates a motion ratio of 1:1 so the car responds precisely to track conditions. 4-inch wider track in the rear, 20-inch rotors, this cross-mounted inboard suspension system. Pretty incredible stuff. So 4-inch wider rear track, and you can really tell, I mean, look at down the side, look at how that fender well kind of extends the width of the car. Just really massive. And I like, again, how they've made it integral part of the car. It's not like tacked on Dodge Ram. It is actually integrated into the design of the car, the added width. Pretty incredible machine here. The Ford GTD Mustang is all the business. The Ford Mustang GTD will be a limited run, and the pricing is expected to begin at $300,000. I mean, that's the beginning. What? And in order to get an allocation, you're going to have to apply to Ford and justify your purchase. So they're probably not going to be easy to get. I think they had a similar application process for the Ford GT supercar. But think about it. The Porsche GT3 RS, doesn't that start in the high 200s? And as you know, with Porsche, everything's a la carte, so all the options are going to drive that price up too. So I guess the $300,000 price tag is in line with its competitors. GT3 RS, better watch out. This is coming for you. Corvette Z06, oh, is there going to be a higher level Corvette be above the Z06 that will compete with this? Is Chevy going to fight back, or are they going to let Ford take the crown? We'll have to see. Pretty impressive car, Ford GTD Mustang. Bam, baby. All right, so let me know in the comment section below what you think of this $300,000 Mustang. Is it worth that price tag? Let me know in the comment section below. Hit subscribe, hit like, and I'll see you in the next video. Safe driving, everyone.